Hi there, my name is Thomas and I'm a current MLitt Masters student of the Russian Studies here at the University of St Andrews, graduating from my undergraduate here in 2019. We begin the tour at St Salvator's Quad, which is the spiritual heart of the university. This is home of the Spanish and Russian departments, but a whole host of different schools use the classrooms and lecture theatres to conduct their lessons. Over here we have upper and lower college halls, which are used for formal events such as dinners, balls, weddings, and of course, our dreaded exams. Behind the halls is Lower College Lawn, where we host events ranging from a music festival, a fashion show, and our graduation garden parties and the summer balls. Here at the Quad, I wanted to talk about university traditions. One of the most famous is our tradition of wearing the academic red gowns. Back in the day when 13-year-olds could attend university, the local townspeople needed a way in which they could identify who was a student and who was not. And so the academic gown was introduced as a form of uniform. Today, the gown is completely optional, and it's just a nice memento to have to keep in the years beyond your graduation. So depending on what year of study you're in, we usually wear the gown in different ways. In our first year, we wear the gown over both shoulders because we are new to the university. In second year, we wear the gown slightly off the shoulders because we are starting to get a bit more confident in our surroundings. And then in our third year, we wear the gown off of one of our shoulders. So if you study an arts subject, you wear it off the left-hand shoulder, because art students have hearts. But if you study a science, you wear it off the right shoulder, because apparently science students are always right. Then, in the final year, you wear the gown off of both shoulders, as the idea is you're ready to take off your gown to put on your graduation one. This is affectionately known as the academic striptease, and it is thus therefore one of the academic sins. More of that to come. So when do we actually wear these gowns? We wear the gowns to formal dinners and halls, at the Debating Society's events, and also for our weekly Sunday pier walk. One tradition that nearly every student takes part in is the academic family system. So in your first year, you will be adopted by third-year students, affectionately known as your academic parents. You can meet your parents literally anywhere, in your halls, or the societies or sports clubs that you may join, and you'll then also have your academic brothers and sisters. The idea of the academic family system is to get you to meet new friends and feel part of the strong and close-knit student community. Members of your academic family often become your best friends for the rest of your life here at St Andrews. They become your flatmates, your class partners, or even your boyfriend or girlfriend later on in life. Throughout the first semester, lots of families host little gatherings like potluck dinners, study breaks, and study sessions. And these family gatherings all culminate with the Raisin Weekend. On the Sunday, you go to your academic mother's house for a day of playing games, and in the afternoon, she'll send you out on your scavenger hunt. Then in the evening, your academic dad will host a party where you can relax from the day's antics. The fun gets better though. On the Monday morning, you go back to your mum's where she'll dress you up in a fancy costume that she will have made herself in order to gain access to the foam fight. So the foam fight is another one of our most famous traditions, where students will spray each other with shaving foam and get completely covered head to foot. Every single year, news reporters from all over the world descend on St Andrews to cover the event. So why do we take part in this really weird tradition? Simply just because we can. Raisin Weekend was without a doubt the most random but best experience of my life here at St Andrews. When you consider the academic rigour and excellence of this university, to have something as bizarre and as nuts as Raisin is an exemplary reminder that the university experience is not all about academia, that having fun is just as important. Essentially, you make the St Andrews experience what you want it to be. The final tradition that I wanted to talk to you guys about takes us to the PH, which is in front of the chapel spire. It was here in 1528 that Patrick Hamilton was burned at the stake for heresy. At the time, Scotland was still a Catholic country, but Hamilton was a Protestant. As he was burning on the stake, he cursed the university, saying that all of their students would fail their degrees, especially if they dare step on the place where he died. Today, students will make sure to walk around the PH to avoid stepping on it, which is also considered to be an academic sin. So, if we do commit an academic sin, we have to do May Dip. So on the 1st of May, at sunrise, students head down to East Sands, where we all run into the sea, head under the water, and back out again. This is so that we are cleansed of our sins and that we may pass our exams. Again, it is another tradition that is fun to take part in, but it is not compulsory at all. And certainly it's no way of guaranteeing you doing well in your exams. Five minutes away from the PH is the university's main library. The library is one of several spread around the town and is by far the largest. Here you'll have access to the university's extensive collection of resources, and if it's held in storage, you can usually get the books within 24 hours upon request. There are computers, printers, lockers, everything you could possibly need. Along the road from the library is Macintosh Hall, which is a typical example of standard catered halls. If you apply to this type of hall, you typically get 3 communal meals a day, excluding the weekend, where you get 2. In every hall, there will be at least a small kitchenette where you can do some light cooking. A standard catered hall typically is made up of a single or shared room, so depending on your preference, with shared bathroom facilities, a common room and or games room, a library or study room with computers and printers, and a laundry facility. The benefit of this type of hall is that you can make friends really easily, as you literally have everyone around you all the time. There are always events organised every semester, from parties, hall talent shows, formal dinners and hall balls. So each hall has its own unique hall community spirit. But if the idea of sharing a room seems a little daunting, the university does offer a wide range of alternatives. So check out our website for more information. In the centre of town is our Student Union building. This is the social hub of the university. At St Andrews, we have over 150 societies that are based at the Union. If there isn't one for you, you can set one up yourself. Once again, you can make the university the experience what you want it to be, but joining societies is one of the best things you can do, not only to make friends, but also as a way in which you can gain new life experiences and skills. One of my favourite societies was joining Breakaway, which was our hill walking society. The Union itself is separated into different venues, from Main Bar to Club 601, which was opened on the 601st anniversary of the university being founded. There are also study spaces you can use and society rooms that you can book for events and or meetings. Across the road from the Union is the university's dedicated career centre. Here you can meet up with an advisor to go over anything, from writing the perfect CV or resume to getting some practice for interviews, and just really helpful advice about what to do after you graduate. If you sign up to their mailing lists, you can get weekly updates for jobs or internship vacancies that become available and are related to your chosen industry of interest. Upon graduation, you still have access to the Careers Centre for up to 3 years. This brings us to the end of our virtual tour, so I hope that you've learned the information that you needed and that you really enjoyed it. If you do have any further questions about the student experience, you can always email askastudent@st-andrews.ac.uk. I want to wish you all the very best for your application and all the best for your future. Thank you.